Hey everyone, welcome back to English Unplugged. I'm Jake, and I'm here with the ever curious Nina.
Hey Jake, and hi to all our listeners. Today's topic is one I know a lot of people secretly struggle with: building confidence in English and learning how to talk without fear. I have to admit, even I get nervous sometimes.
You're definitely not alone, Nina. Honestly, fear of speaking English is way more common than people realize, even among fluent speakers. So today, let's tackle that fear, break it down, and help everyone listening start speaking with more confidence.
Yes. So, Jake, let's get real. Why do people get so nervous about speaking English, even if they've studied for years?
Great question. A lot of it comes down to perfectionism. People worry about making mistakes, being judged, or not finding the right words. I remember teaching a student from Brazil who knew all the grammar rules, but froze up in conversation because she was terrified of saying something wrong. It's like, imagine wanting to dance at a party, but you're so scared of stepping on toes that you stay glued to the wall.
That's such a good analogy. So, is it just about making mistakes, or is there more to it?
There's definitely more. Sometimes it's cultural. Maybe you grew up in a place where making mistakes was frowned upon. Or maybe you've had a bad experience, like someone laughing at your accent. But here's a fun fact. Most native speakers love when someone tries to speak their language. They care way less about mistakes than you think.
I love that. So, the fear is mostly in our heads. But how do we actually start building confidence? Like, what's the first baby step?
I'd say the first step is to reframe mistakes. Think of them as progress, not problems. It's like learning to ride a bike. You expect to wobble and fall a few times, right? Each mistake is just a wobble that gets you closer to cruising smoothly.
Okay, but how do you get comfortable with those wobbles? Sometimes, even knowing it's normal, you still feel embarrassed.
True. One trick is to start with low-pressure situations. Talk to yourself in English while cooking or narrate what you're doing. Now I'm chopping onions. Ouch my eyes. No one's judging you, and you're practicing out loud. It's like warming up before a big game.
That's a fun idea. I think I'd sound a bit silly, but maybe that's the point. What about practicing with other people, though? Sometimes the nerves hit hardest when you know someone's listening.
Absolutely. That's why language exchange partners are gold. Find someone learning your language and swap half the time in English, half the time in theirs. You both make mistakes, you both laugh, and it's way less intimidating. Plus, you'll probably make a new friend.
I love that. So, do you have any stories of students who went from scared to confident using these strategies?
Oh, definitely. I had a student from Japan who barely spoke above a whisper at first. We started with silly bad English competitions, who could make the funniest mistake on purpose. It broke the ice, and soon she was volunteering answers in class. By the end of the semester, she was leading a study group.
Wait, you actually competed to make mistakes? That's genius. Did anyone ever make a mistake so funny you still remember it?
Oh, for sure. One guy said, "My father is a chicken," instead of "My father is a chef." We all laughed for minutes, but it was in a supportive way, and he never forgot the word chef after that.
That's the kind of story that sticks with you. Okay, so we've talked about self-talk, language exchange, and reframing mistakes. But what about accents? A lot of people worry their accent gives them away.
That's another big one. But here's the thing, accents are not mistakes. They're a sign of bravery. It means you speak more than one language. Think about Arnold Schwarzenegger. His accent never stopped him from being a superstar.
True. I guess nobody said, "Oh, I can't understand him. He has an accent." So should learners just embrace their accent?
Exactly. Focus on being clear, not perfect. If someone doesn't understand, just repeat or rephrase. Most people appreciate the effort, and sometimes your accent becomes a conversation starter.
I've actually had that happen. Someone heard my French accent and suddenly wanted to practice their French with me. So, Jake, what about vocabulary? Sometimes I know what I want to say, but I just can't find the word.
That's normal. Native speakers forget words too. The trick is to talk around the word. For example, if you forget umbrella, you might say, the thing you use when it rains. Communication is about making yourself understood, not about using fancy vocabulary.
So, it's okay to describe things if you don't know the word? That's a relief. Are there any games or exercises to help with this skill?
Definitely. Try playing taboo or describe and guess with friends. You pick a word and your partner has to guess it from your description. It's a fun way to practice thinking on your feet.
I like that. Listeners, if you try it, let us know how it goes. So, Jake, how about thinking in English? People always say it's a game changer, but how do you actually do it?
Start small. Try labeling things in your room in English or run through your to-do list in your head in English. Gradually, your brain will start switching gears and it gets easier with practice. Think of it like training a muscle.
So, start with simple thoughts and build up? That sounds manageable. What about those moments when your mind just goes blank in conversation? Any tips for handling that without panicking?
Oh, that happens to everyone. The secret is to buy yourself time. Use phrases like, let me think, what's the word? Or, that's a good question. It gives you a moment to gather your thoughts, and it sounds totally natural.
I love those little pause phrases. It's like having a secret superpower. All right, Jake, let's switch gears and bring in a listener question. This one's from Sarah in Egypt. She writes, every time I try to speak English in public, my mind goes blank and I feel embarrassed. How can I get past this?
Great question, Sarah. First, know that nerves are normal. Try rehearsing what you want to say beforehand. Even record yourself and listen back. When you're in the moment, focus on the message, not the grammar. And if you freeze, just smile and start again. The more you practice, the less those blank moments will happen.
That's solid advice. And remember, Sarah, everyone blanks sometimes, even Jake, right?
Oh, absolutely. I once tried to order a coffee with milk in Spanish and asked for a cow in my cup. The barista laughed, and I got my coffee anyway.
That's hilarious. Speaking of language fails, I once told a waiter in London, I'm full of food, instead of I'm full. He looked at me like I'd eaten a whole buffet.
Language fails make the best stories. Listeners, if you had a funny language fail, share it with us. We love reading them.
Yes, please. Okay, Jake, let's hit our key takeaway tips for building confidence in English.
Sure thing. Tip 1. Reframe mistakes as learning moments. Don't let fear stop you from speaking.
Tip 2. Practice in low-pressure ways. Talk to yourself, your pet, or a language exchange partner.
Tip 3. Embrace your accent and focus on clarity, not perfection. Communication is the goal.
Tip 4. When you forget a word, describe it. Use simple language and don't be afraid to talk around the problem.
And tip 5. Use pause phrases to buy time in conversation. It's totally normal to think before you speak.
Those are golden. Remember, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, making mistakes, and growing every time you speak.
Exactly. And we believe in you. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow us, share with a friend who's learning English, and subscribe so you never miss our weekly tips.
And send us your funniest language fails or questions for a chance to be featured on our next episode. Thanks for joining us today.
Keep talking, keep laughing, and keep learning. See you next time on English Unplugged.